Very good. Very good morning to all the aspirants, students seeking admission to BTech, BArch, and B planning programs at IITs, NITs, IAS, IIITs, and government-funded technical institutes through the Joint Seat Allocation Authority and Central Seat Allocation Board for the academic year 2022-2023. On behalf of the admissions team, National Institute of Technology, Warangal, I welcome you to this online awareness program on JoSAA 2022 counseling process. We have been conducting the JoSAA awareness programs from the year 2018, and this is fifth such program. From the past 2 years, we have been conducting this program in online mode. The online registration process will start from Monday, September 12, 2022. All of you are well aware that choice filling is a crucial step in the online registration process, in which the order of preference plays an important role, which mainly depends upon the selection of the institute, academic programs offered by the respective institute, availability of the seats in different seat categories, seat quotas, category tag of the candidate, and the position of the candidate in the respective rank list. So this awareness program will walk you through all important aspects of the JoSAA counseling process. For detailed information, we suggest you to go through JoSAA business rules. With us, we have our director, Professor N.V. Ramnarao Garu, our Dean Academic, Professor N.V. Momesh Garu, our Chairman Admissions, Professor Kola Anand Kishore Garu, and I am Professor Venkat Chaudhary, Vice Chairman Admissions. The program is planned as follows. First, our director will address you, followed by the Dean Academic, and the Chairman Admissions will explain you the complete JoSAA counseling process. I request you to post your queries in the comment section of YouTube. I am sure the most of the queries would be addressed by the speakers during their presentations. Please note that we will not be directly replying to the queries posted in the comment section. However, all the consolidated queries will be answered by our Chairman Admissions after completion of the presentation. I request you to avoid asking queries such as which institute or branch will I get for a specific rank, category, or quota. You can visit the JoSAA website to know the round-wise opening and closing ranks for the previous 6 years, starting from 2016 to 2021. Similarly, you can visit the CSAB website to know special round opening and closing ranks for the previous 3 years, starting from 2019 to 2021. Now I request everyone to stand to attention for the national song.
You want me to present?
Now I request our director to address the participants of the online awareness program on JoSAA 2022 counseling process. Over to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Venkaya Garu and the Dean Academic and also Chairman Admissions and IDW and the admissions team. At the outset, let me congratulate Chairman Admissions and his team and also the Dean Academic for having thought out of organizing this JoSAA awareness process on the JoSAA counseling. Most of you are confused, especially how to choose the order of preferences, which institute to select, what course to select. So already a lot of discussion. You might have seen a lot of YouTube videos here and there, but we thought, especially for the benefit of rural areas, what we need to do is what we are actually thinking. So with that background, we thought we'll create this awareness program. And I'm trying to share my screen and let me see if it is visible to you or not. Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir, it's visible, sir. It's visible.
On the YouTube, it is not getting visible, I think.
Sir, there's a few seconds lag, sir. You can continue.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah. So basically, the idea of this particular counseling awareness program is to see that the students do not make a mistake, because it's a very crucial decision, especially in the choice of selection of a seat in IIT, NITs, IIITs, and other centrally funded technical institutes. So you need to take the correct decisions and appropriate decisions. And we have tried this experiment, especially for the benefit of rural students, who are not having much accessible to this information. So generally, to guide the rural people in taking the right decision, because any decision that you take at this stage may affect your career and your parents and family's career. So we thought this. So before actually our experts and our Dean Academic and Chairman Admissions and his team goes into the process, I would like to briefly tell also about NIT Warangal, which is a very famous institute, probably you are aware. A lot of students try very hard to get into this. So with this background, I can just tell you that this National Institute of Technology, Warangal, is the first among the chain of regional engineering colleges in the country. Today we have more than 31, but of course at that time it was not RECs. Most of the new things have started NITs in 2002. It was converted into National Institute of Technology. This was inaugurated by the late Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru on 10th of October 1959. So exactly more than 62 years. So institute is very old, and it got an institute of national importance status in 2007. So any institute which has a national importance, you know that there are a lot of funding and opportunities for students to excel and showcase their skill. Because I believe any institute, if a student wants to excel, we need to provide the resources, we need to provide the ambience, and we need to provide the good faculty, and that is what this NIT Warangal does. In fact, you will see some photographs of how the pictures of the campus, a beautiful, clean, green campus. So just to tell you, NIT Warangal at a glance, you will find that we run so many courses. We have civil engineering department, electrical engineering department, mechanical, ECA, like there are several departments. The civil engineering department runs BTech and 8 MTech courses. The electrical engineering BTech and 3 MTech courses. Mechanical engineering department BTech and 7 MTech. ECE BTech and 3 MTech. Metallurgical BTech and 2 MTechs. Chemical engineering BTech and 2 MTechs. Computer science engineering BTech and 2 MTechs and MCA also. Then biotech engineering BTech and 1 MTech. Then we have physics sciences department, which is also equally very strong. Physics, MSc, chemistry, MSc, and maths, MSc, and 5-year integrated MSc courses. Then we have SOM, MBA, and we have civil engineering department, BTech, and 8 MTechs. So these courses, in fact, are all accredited by accreditation bodies, and they are very well reputed. So students who pursue these courses are assured of good career ahead in terms of getting good employment and other things. And I'm glad, the teachers are also, we have been recently able to recruit a lot of faculty, new faculty, especially from international institutes. And so the faculty quality is also very high, and they are really doing very well in the teaching learning process, and you will really get benefited, which is unique to this particular institute. So this is the only institute which is offering so many courses in the country compared to any other NITs. Then coming to a quick glance, we have right now 320 faculties and 20 ad hoc visiting faculties. We have 300 non-teaching staff, which is very, very important for helping in the laboratories. Currently, we are having nearly 7,000 students who are residing in 19 hostels for boys and girls. We also have 600 students from 40 different countries. We have 50 laboratories, and we have 150 contract and daily rated staff. We have 30 departments, 4 centers, which I just showed you. And then we also have centers of excellence, like Siemens Center of Excellence, like Hitachi Smart Electric Grid Lab. So these are all state-of-art labs. So students will have an opportunity to get exposed to these labs, and so that their employment opportunity, their employment increases. They get good offers. In fact, we got as high as 62.5 last year. Every year it is increasing. I'll show you during my presentation. And then the number of students I told you is around 7,000. So it is rightly last year we had 6,649 in spite of the pandemic. So you see, we have a lot of PhD students, and we do a lot of research. So any institute which does research, obviously that institute will have a lot of good quality faculty and good quality equipment and things. So that is, you have the advantage now. So BTech we have 3,725, MTech 1282, MSc 369, MCA about 166 courses, MBA 66, and then PhD about 1041 courses. So that is an advantage you will have. And then, I will also share the strength of NIT Warangal, because I also shared to you the good points about NIT Warangal. First of all, we have a very strong and academic and research culture, I just told you. We have very vibrant campus life. Our Dean Student Welfare conducts a lot of activities to make your life very vibrant. We have several other student activities like NSS, NCC. We have faculty interaction, where faculty will be available for interaction. We have mentoring by faculty. We have peer interaction. Your own students can interact with you. We have a very, very strong alumni base, more than 30,000 students throughout the world, so that they are like added advantage to you, and they can guide your career growth whenever required. In fact, the salient features of the revision, we also made our revisions latest so that the industry needs are met, and our students will get employed and with the highest salaries. So most of you are aware of this National Education Policy 2020. NIT Warangal is the first institute which has implemented this National Education Policy 2020. This is giving great opportunities for learning across disciplines of your interest. Sometimes you may like a particular subject which you are not there in a particular course. You can choose these courses depending on your interest. It could be even in liberal arts, not necessarily only in engineering, it could be music, psychology, whatever core you are interested in. Then branch-specific curriculum is there from the beginning. So no common first year. So there is no opportunity for you to change the branches when you join. This is very important. But of course, you will have the flexibility to study courses of interest in the form of minors and honors. Then minors and honors degree are, example, BTech in mechanical can have a minor in computer science engineering, or BTech in civil can have a honors in different. So these are the advantages that this new national education policy offers. Apart from this, we have summer internship programs, we have engineering projects in community services, which we call as EPICS, where we have the opportunity to serve the society outside the institute. And because they deserve our help, especially our knowledge and our intelligence, and you'll have an opportunity. And there's a provision for industry internship as well in the 8th semester. And then we have introduced innovative courses like design thinking, JoSAA electronics, out-of-box thinking for students. We encourage innovation and creativity. So we have a good innovation incubation center which is doing very well with a lot of ideas. And you also have an opportunity to learn foreign language in case you're interested in Japanese, Chinese, or whatever languages you have an opportunity to learn. So that you can do well in your career. Apart from this, I would also like to share that NIT Warangal has got a highly committed, highly qualified and faculty with a blend of experience and youth. We also have a dedicated supporting staff, all eligible UG and PG programs I created. Most of them are 6 years. And then you have an excellent scope and facilities for extra and co-curricular activities, which is one of the things. We believe strongly that a student should have a holistic development, whole development. Unless you have a complete personality development, you will not be successful in your life. So we believe also in imparting life skills to the student. And we are consistently ranked among the top technical institutes in the country. In fact, NIT Warangal has made a mark in international collaborations for student and faculty exchange programs. We have a good number of MOUs at national and international level. We have very active NME, ICT and GAN activities for the benefit of students and faculty, and good outreach pursuits, especially ICT academic and teaching and learning centers. Those activities are well appreciated throughout the country. Apart from this, we have other honors and distinction worth mentioning. So we are one among the 7 institutes in the country for participating in the Heritage Program. Heritage Network Program is a consortium of European universities where our faculty students will participate in the European. And we have partnering with Euphrates on nutrition. We are one of the 2 NITs in the country having the E and ICT Academy. So this Electronics and ICT Academy has the best resources for teaching and learning. We also have a resource center for information security, educational awareness program, which is called ICAB. Then we have MHRD supporting teaching learning center. We have that is called the Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya Institute. We train college teachers, we train school teachers, we train faculty of engineering colleges in the latest pedagogical skills and other things. Then we also have a Ministry of Steel sanctioned steel chair. There's an industry participation in our curriculum and course is also well renowned and well appreciated. And the placement is one thing which you all will be interested. See, the UG, we have very good placement. Last year it was 618, now it has moved up to 646. The UG, PG it is 238, and there's a drastic improvement, more than 50%, more than 100% improvement, 486. The excellent placement with top-notch firms vying with each other to recruit our students. And the scales, the CTC, we are almost 62.5 lakhs. So that is something very well appreciated. Then we have BTech placements, 1,000 placements, 200 plus internships, 62.5 highest CTC, 100 plus. This just gives a glance of the placements, and the average CTC is around 12.5 lakhs. 6 public sector units have come to us. About 250 companies have visited to us. 100 and more companies have given more than 20 plus lakh plus LPA, CTC, and highest is 62.5. This is until last year. So every year it increases, and you'll be fortunate by the time you pass out, this may even go up to 1 crore, depending on your performance and other things. would also like to share the BTech student placed during academic year 21-22 in different branches like Civil 60 have been placed, typically 103, Mechanical 140, so almost more than 80 to 90%. Other few people go for higher studies. Some of them they have other options, setting up their own enterprises, become entrepreneurs. Metallurgy is 30, then chemical engineering 70, then CSAB 128, biotech 34. The BTech placement statistics is just a glance of it, on which I don't want to go numbers because there are other things that are more. Infrastructure, which is very important for students learning, teaching learning processes. Infrastructure in IIT looks like this. We have a central library. This library is unique. It has got the latest technological innovations implemented in it. You can find book anywhere in the library. You can deposit the book anytime, and then we have recently started a 24 hours library capacity. So you can come to library 24 hours. If you are not comfortable sitting in your own room or anywhere learning, you can come to the library reading room and then start integrating. So these are the advantages that you have as a student. And we have OPAC system, we have kiosks and the digital library, so you can, outside the institute also, you can access this information really if you want to learn. So this is the only library with a lot of innovations that has been implemented in this country. And a lot more innovations are going to come in the near future by the time you pass out. So we have stack areas, good number of collection of books. Every year we add lots and lots of new titles, topics, volumes to the books for the benefit of our students. And I can tell you, the innovative services provided by our central library at NIT Warangal is not being done by any other NIT or IITs also. So we give remote access services called as My Loft. That means my library on fingertips to access e-resources from anywhere and anytime. Then we have web-based online public access catalog. You can see a book where it is available. Then we have an NIT faculty information system. You can easily find out how the faculties are performing so that you can choose the guides according to your interest and all those things. Then we have an NITW institution digital depository. We have open access resources services. We have online public access catalogs. We have document delivery services. We have publication of annual research digest. So these so many things are there which is unique to our library. Then coming to internet services which are now very, very important for your knowledge accessing and other things. So we have BSNL, we have NKN, and we have RailTel, who give these three different speeds, 1 GPS each to the campus. Then we have campus-wide Wi-Fi network with 427 indoor access points and 71 outdoor access points. We have VPN service with firewalls so that you can optimally use it. And we have fiber optic backbone covering all academic and administrative departments, hostels, and staff quarters. We have a data center with DNS and DHCP servers, IPv4 and IPv6 implementation. We have a FortiGate 1000C firewall. In fact, the campus, from our administrative buildings looks like this. This is called as the Times Square, where students spend most of the time in the evening. They discuss the daily activities. So it's a very good time for mental relaxation. And, this is, we have recently put a selfie point where you can take good memories of your institute from here. And then we have a computer center, innovation and incubation center. So you just see the nature of buildings. All these buildings are very innovative, very nicely. We also believe, strong belief that we have good buildings, good ambience, students will perform better. And these are the examples that we have. And this is our chemical and biotechnology building. All these buildings got award from Government of India for engineering and architectural performances. This is our metallurgy and sciences buildings. Huge buildings with a lot of space for working. Students will have a wonderful time. And this is a beautiful auditorium, very well connected, and you can actually see how well it is looking. And then, this Ambedkar auditorium is doing for use for even cultural activities. Apart from this, we have other auditoriums. We have actually several seminar halls of capacity 150 and more, also less seminar halls, so that there's no dearth of classrooms and high-tech classrooms where students will have the opportunity to do wonderful things all the time, anytime, anywhere. Apart from this, we have other general infrastructure. This is our common auditorium where we hold the convocation. We have CNET hall, then we have seminar hall complex, several seminar halls. Then we have our guest house, it's called as Kalam International Hall. And we also have a visitors guest house where we accommodate. And then sports and games, which are very important for improving health and wealth. This is what we say, health is very, very important. And to keep you fit and also make your mind active. We have a basketball courts with all the technology, and today only I inaugurated the cricket court, which is all turf, green turf. You have fitness also if you are a fitness freak, and then there's occasion for tennis playing and volleyball campus. Then we have other buildings and indoor badminton halls, football and cricket grounds. Then we have mega hostel, ultra mega hostels, 16 hostel blocks, a lot of accommodation available, and all first-year boys are housed in ultra mega hostels so that to avoid the problem of ragging. And then the exclusive hostel for international students. 4 messes are running on sharing basis, and the IFC and girls hostel mess run on contract basis. The coffee shops and hostels work late in the evenings. In fact, student hostels are so neat and clean that you will really enjoy your stay and your food in the campus, which is a common problem for many of us. In fact, student life at NIT Warangal, which is very, very important for your growth as a personality, the first 2 weeks in your campus will be a fun-filled, value-based induction program where we will teach the ethics and human values and other your creative skills will be tested, and whatever potentials you have, you will be allowed to choose clubs according to your interests like dance, music, nature, all other things. And then you have annual technical symposium for student cultural activities and annual cultural festival where more than 20,000 students participate. You have youth festivals, sports festival, and you have a very good vibrant culture and many opportunities to grow. In fact, the induction program that is going to be done immediately as soon as you join, we have what it helps is it intends to achieve the following: assimilation in the ethos and culture of the institution based on institutional culture and practices. It gives you exposure to a larger vision of life based on large human good. So it teaches you good practices of life. It gives you bonding within the first year batch and with the teachers, which is very, very important. Unless you bond with the teachers and faculty and the students, interaction cannot be, and life cannot be comfortable. And then it helps you in learning creative skills, especially in arts and painting. So your regular lifestyle and professional discipline. And it teaches you to get up early, sleep on time, getting acclimatized to new places. It also teaches you to overcome weaknesses in some essential professional skills. So this is one of the key things at NIT Warangal. Then we have English proficiency modules also to improve your communication skills and other things. In fact, these are glimpses of the activities during the induction period. You see the students are trying to learn the tribal arts, the clay sculpturing, vocal music, painting. So it really brings out your creative skills, and you will really enjoy this day. So best wishes for you, and wish you all the JoSAA aspirants for the admission to the course and institute of your choice. In case you don't get your choice, don't worry. Do well in the course that you get. And doing well is important, and be on top always. So with these viewers, thank you very much and wish you good luck. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, sir, for providing an overview of our institute and also providing the overview about the life of our students at NIT Warangal. Now I request our Dean Academic, Professor N.V. Umesh Garu, to address the participants. Over to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Venkaya. A very good morning to all the participants here. Our Director, Professor N.V. Raman Rao, and my team here that we have here, the former Dean Academic and the Senior Professor in the Mathematics Department, Professor Kasi Viswanathan, the Chairman of Admission Committee, Professor K. Anand Kishore, and the Vice Chairman of the Admission Committee, Professor Venkaya Chaudhary, and all dear participants. A very good morning to you all. So as Professor Venkaya was mentioning, we have been conducting this awareness program on JoSAA since last 5 years. The basic idea of this awareness program is to create awareness among the students on how to fill the choices, and then maybe many times while filling the choices you have a lot of queries and then these things, and you don't know where you can say you need to approach. So that's the purpose for which we are conducting this. So just let me give a brief overview of how about the counseling process, and then the Chairman Admission Committee, Professor Anand Kishore, will take over and then give you a more detailed presentation about this. Hope you are able to see my presentation. Okay, so to start with, at the outset, let me congratulate all of you who have got qualified in JEE Mains of 2022, and maybe best wishes to the aspirants, and hope you all get with the choice or your choice, and also best wishes to the students who are waiting for the results of the JEE Advanced, which may be coming in within a couple of days. To start with, let me just continue with what our director, Professor Raman Rao, was mentioning about the curriculum of our BTech programs here at NIT Warangal. In fact, we recently revised the curriculum based on the National Education Policy 2020. And in fact, we made the curriculum as branch specific right from the first year. Earlier, we had the first year common across all the branches, but now we made it branch specific curriculum right from the first year. So that right from the day one, they said the students will be exposed to the branch in which they have joined, and then they'll be able to understand the recent developments in this. And even the science courses, okay, you have studied basic sciences in your +2 level, but we'll be having basic sciences courses here. That this basic sciences courses have been customized to suit the branches. Like, for example, the chemistry that civil engineering students may study may be different from the chemistry that a chemical engineering student studies or a biotechnology student studies. And we also try to introduce various level of courses, even including microcredit courses and courses which integrate the laboratory part. And then we also have introduced certain general institute level courses which give you a general awareness about, for example, Constitution of India or human values and also such things. And we also try to incorporate summer summer internship mandatory. Either you can go for summer internships or can take up projects which are relevant to the community. We call them as engineering projects and community services, where you can maybe take up a problem that your village or maybe your area is facing, and then try to provide a solution. You can form a multidisciplinary team and then take up a problem that the community faces, and then try to provide a solution. And at the final year, second semester, last semester of this, if you get selected for, say, placement, you can also take a provision of going for a semester-long internship in the last semester. And we also try to introduce minor and major programs. Minor is means additional courses that you do in other specializations. For example, BTech, maybe mechanical engineering, you may do a minor in, say, maybe a computer science or minor in electronics, so that you'll have a degree with, major in mechanical and minor in computer science or maybe electronics, depending upon your interest. And we are trying to introduce the foreign language into the curriculum. And we try to encourage the innovative thinking, because that's how you learn, and then you will become, innovators at the later stage of your life. So to promote the innovation, we try to introduce courses like design thinking, joy of electronics, etc. Last year onwards, we started a 5 years integrated MSc program, where we have different exit options, and we also try to provide exit options in tune with the National Education Policy for MTech, integrated MSc and PhD programs, and we are working out the exit options for BTech. Say you are continue studying for 4 years, but because some reasons, if you're exiting in between, maybe you'll not just go, your study of 2 years or 3 years will not go waste. We'll try to provide you some kind of an option. So this is what we are working out, and hopefully this will be coming to practice by the time you join. Please note that because there's one question that we frequently get from different aspirants who want to join our institute about the branch change. Please note that after the revised curriculum as per the NEP 2020, we are discontinuing with the branch change. Earlier, we used to have a change of branch at the end of first year based on the performance of students. We don't have the branch change. Please note this before you take a decision of joining the institute. And then we are also trying to introduce as many, more interdisciplinary minor programs. I think by the time you come to second year, and some of you who join your institute, and then by the time you join, you come to second year, but I think we'll be introducing more minor programs from our centers of excellence that we have, different centers of excellence that we have, and most of them will be interdisciplinary programs. And also, we have introduced PhD diploma programs in collaboration with industry. So we are also planning to introduce some more minor programs with the collaboration with industry, so that you'll also get an industry flavor when you are doing your BTech. With this background about the institute, let me just give an overview how you need to fill your choices, because this is. The filling of choice is the most important step when you are, trying to get admission into one of the institutions. So, this way, I think sometimes you may make a mistake, and a mistake can cause because this is your decision that you're making for your career, and so you need to spend a lot of time before you start filling your choices. So, what I suggest to all the aspirants is, first, try to study different institutes. I think the participating institutions, you already would have an idea about different institutions. So you can visit the websites and then try to get the profile of the institute. For example, NIT Warangal, if you visit our website, you can already see the entire complete institute profile. And also, maybe you can also find out the profiles of the faculty working in that institute. And then what are the different types of academic opportunities that you have in that institute, and what kind of research culture you have, because that's very important. Though you are not doing research, but research is a part of your your study, and institute with a very good research culture will have a very strong curriculum at the undergraduate level. So that's the reason why you need to look at the research culture of the institute, and what are the facilities available, what kind of facilities available, both in terms of hostels as well as the infrastructure facilities that are available. And then the presence of that institute, both at the national level and the international level. How active is it, the institute, at different national level activities, and also international presence. For example, our director has presented how NIT Warangal has been active in international level also. We have tie-up with the different institutions, and many of our students have been sent abroad for either internships or one semester study under different schemes. So this also will help you, in your career. So look at this profile from the institute, and then what kind of campus life you have. It's not that classroom, education happens on the classroom. The various activities that we conduct. For example, our director has highlighted the various cultural as well as technical activities that we conduct. So all these activities are meant for your overall personal development. So your learning doesn't just happen only in the classroom. The learning happens outside the classroom also. Your interaction with the world outside, and that is through these various activities that we conduct. So that's very important. The campus life is very important. What opportunities are there in the institute for a vibrant campus life is also important. And then you always can look at the placement opportunities, what kind of companies are visiting the institute for placements. So this is what I think you need. All of you need to do a kind of research about these various about the institute, about various all these profiles. Once you do that, maybe you can then start looking at the filling of choice. So maybe you identify a certain group of institutions based on your interest, based on your different other constraints that you have. You try to group the institutes. Okay, these are my first preference institutes. These are my second preference institutes. Like this, you can create a group. Say 4 or 5 institutes as the first choice, and then a second group of choices for the second, for the second choice group. Like this, you can first group the institutes, and then say, okay, given a choice, everyone would like to, maybe you have a certain interest, like maybe everyone would like to do computer science, but maybe it's not possible for everyone to get a computer science. So maybe you are interested in EC, you may not be able to get EC alone. So you can try to group your branches based on your interest. For example, somebody is interested in electronics, so you can say you can group electronics, electrical and electronics engineering, and then different other such branches related to the electronics into one group. So try to look at your interests and then group the branches. And then maybe you can rank the institutes. For example, you have one of the branches that you choose is ECE, Electronics and Communication Engineering. You can try to, whatever institutes you have identified, you group them based on the profile of the ECE department in that institute, and then group. Maybe you can rank the institutes, and then within the institute, the very different branches, and then maybe based on this, you work out the choices. Like depending upon the interest about your institute as well as the branch. So this is a very important step. So you can discuss with your peers, you can discuss with maybe your friends, senior friends who are studying in different institutions before you arrive at some kind of an order. So the order in which you fill the choice is very, very important because the allotment will be done based on the preferences that you give. So once, for example, the allotment algorithm will always try to work out what is your first choice. If you get the first choice, you will be given the first preference. Otherwise, it will go to second preference. Now, you cannot say later that, okay, my fifth choice is better. I want to go get the fifth choice. Once you allotted the second choice, let's say, you cannot go to fifth choice. But you always can, in the next rounds, you can always go to higher preferences, but not the lower preferences. So the order in which you give the choices is very, very important. And to get an idea about where you are likely to get based on your rank, you always can look at the JoSAA website and CSAB website to find out the opening and closing ranks at different institutes and different branches. Maybe I'll just try to show you like this JoSAA website. So this in the JoSAA websites, for example, you can always find out what is the seat matrix, how many seats are available for different institutions, what are the participating institutions, and you can always look at the previous year's opening and closing ranks. For example, so you can say last 6 years is given here. Let's say you choose 2021 last year, the first round. Maybe let's say you choose National Institute of Technology, and let's say you're interested in computer science engineering. So this is how you can actually look at the opening rank and closing rank at different rounds. Please note that all these ranks are the all India ranks, not the category ranks. So different categories, what was the opening rank for that branch and what is the closing rank. So this will help you to get an idea, but please note that these are all only tentative because this opening and closing ranks can change year to year because of we don't know the distribution of ranks across the country. So and the preferences the different students have. But this gives you some if you can just see the last 3-4 years opening and closing ranks. This gives you an idea about where you for your rank where you can get your branch of choice or which institute you can get. So this will help you to choose your choices. Okay, so I think before you start giving your choices, it's always better that you do some homework, look at these websites, and then get a lot of information on this. And then if you have any doubts, you can discuss with say maybe your senior colleagues, and then based on that come out with proper choices. Because finally, what you allotted depend upon, say, your preferences that you give. So finally, say you have to accept what you get. And as our director was mentioning, say once you are chosen some branch and some institute, I think how you perform is very important on what you get later. So once you have chosen certain branch, please note that any branch or any institute, your performance is more important. You may join the top institute, but if you're not performing to the expectations, you will not be able to get a good job. So how you say your career obviously depends upon how you perform the remaining 4 years once you choose say to come to say institute. And so that's very important. So whatever is say branch and whatever institute you get, once you say join that, try to utilize all the facilities that are available and try to do well, and definitely no one can beat you in your career. So all the best and good luck. And so I'll hand over to our Chairman Admission Committee, Professor Anand Kishore, who will elaborate more on the choice filling and other things. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for highlighting the benefits of curriculum at native language and also parameters that need to be considered for choice. Now, I request our Chairman Admissions, Professor Kishore Kolakar, to explain the 2022 counseling process. So, before starting the presentation by Chairman, we are going to pause for 2 minutes. So, I request you to please stay online so that we will resume after 2 minutes. Thank you. Thank you.
చెప్పండి.
Sorry for the delay. We'll resume the session now. Now I request our chairman admissions, Professor Anand Kishore Kolagaru, to explain the JoSAA counseling process. Over to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Venkata Chaudhary garu. Good afternoon to all. Professor N.V. Raman Rao, Honorable Director, NIT Warangal. Professor N.V. Uma Mahesh garu, Honorable Dean Academic, NIT Warangal, and former Dean, Professor K.N.S. Vishnadhan garu, and my admissions team, Vice Chairman, Professor Venkata Chaudhary garu, and all the aspirants for JoSAA 2022 counseling. Welcome you all. Yeah, thank you all very much for joining this awareness program on JoSAA 2022 counseling being hosted by NIT Warangal. Yeah, we generally call JoSAA, where JoSAA stands for Joint Seat Allocation Authority, and its website is josaa.nic.in, and CSAB stands for Central Seat Allocation Board. Its website is csab.nic.in. JoSAA is the common counseling platform for admissions being hosted by IITs and NIT Plus system. JoSAA convenes counseling from first round to sixth round only. IITs do not participate in spot round or special round. Therefore, JoSAA counseling process ends once the sixth round of admissions are closed. Then CSAB comes into the picture, where it holds the counseling for 2 or more than 2, depending on the special rounds or spot rounds, wherein IITs do not participate. Only NIT Plus system institutes participate. NIT Plus system means NITs, IIEST, IIITs, and other government-funded technical institutes. As you all know, the admission into Indian Institutes of Technology is on the basis of JEE Advanced rank. For this year, it is 22. And whereas for NIT Plus system, the admission is based on JEE Main 2022 rank. And it is mandatory for all the candidates to register through official JoSAA 2022 online portal to be eligible to participate in JoSAA counseling to get admission either in IITs or NIT Plus system. There are some abbreviations right from All India rank to scheduled caste. NIT Plus system means NITs, Indian Institute of Engineering, Science and Technology, Shibpur, IIITs, and other government-funded technical institutes. They may be fully funded by central government or partially funded by central government, fully funded by state government, or partially funded by state government. You might have gone through the JoSAA 2022 counseling schedule. JEE Main 2020 ranks were announced on 5th August, and the registration process and choice filling will commence from 12th September at 10 o'clock, and the first round of result will be announced on September 23rd at 10 a.m. And the candidates who get seat against the first round of seat allocation, they have to finish their admission formalities, which include fee payment, document uploading, and responding to the queries raised by the verifying officer of the respective verifying center between 23rd September and 26th September. And the second round of seat allocation will be announced on 20th September against the vacancies. And similarly, the third round of result will be announced on October 3rd. Fourth round will be October 8th. And fifth round of seat allocation will be announced on October 12th. Okay. The last round of seat allocation will be announced on October 16th. So these are the 6 regular rounds. And for NIT plus system, there will be spot round admissions, and the seats that are announced vacant will be filled in CSAB during 2 spot round rounds. So there are around 144 institutes are taking part in this JoSAA 2022 counseling, which include 23 NITs, 23 IITs, 31 NITs, 1 IIST Shibpur, 26 Indian Institutes of Information Technologies, and 33 other government-funded technical institutes. Admission to all the academic programs offered by these 114 institutes will be made through a single platform, JoSAA. Special round admissions for NIT plus system, except IITs, will be made through Central Seat Allocation Board. And admission to IITs is based on JEE Advanced 2022 ranks, and admission to NITs plus system for BE BTech or BArch or B Planning is based on JEE Main 2022 Paper 1 or Paper 2 ranks respectively. And the scope of JoSAA or CSAB 2020 will be, as I already told, in 23 IITs offer around 16,000 seats approximately. 31 NITs plus IIST offer around 26,000 seats. 26 IIITs offer around 5,000 seats. 33 other government-funded technical institutes offer around 5,000 seats. The IITs are right from Indian Institute of Technology, Bhilai to Indian Institute of Technology, Tirupati. NITs right from Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, National of Technology, Jalandhar to Vishwesvaraya National of Technology, Nagpur. And the one IIST is Indian Institute of Engineering, Science and Technology, Shibpur, that is in Howrah district. And IIITs right from Atal Bihari Vajpayee, Indian Institute of Information Technology and Management, Gwalior to Indian Institute of Information Technology, Vadodara International Campus. And other government-funded technical institutes include Assam University, Silchar to Northeastern University, Shillong. And the eligibility for participation in JoSAA for admission into IITs is each and every candidate who satisfies the following criteria is eligible for participation in JoSAA process for admission into IITs. So for getting admission into IITs, one must have been qualified in JEE Advanced 2022 and must have passed in class 12 or its equivalent board examination in the year 2021 or 2022. The candidate should have passed the following subjects: mathematics, physics, chemistry, a language, and any subject other than the above 4. And for admission into NIT plus system, the candidate must have been qualified in JEE Main 2022 only, need not be qualified in JEE Advanced, must have passed in class 12 or its equivalent board examination in the year 2019, 20 or 21. The candidate should have passed in the following subjects: mathematics, physics, chemistry, or mathematics, physics, biology, mathematics, physics, biotechnology, mathematics, physics, technical vocation subject. And in addition to these three, a language and any other subject other than the above four. For admission into Bachelor of Architecture program offered in IITs or NIT plus system, the candidate must have passed in mathematics, physics, chemistry, and other two subjects. And for admission into Bachelor of Planning offered by some IITs and some NIT plus system institutes, the candidate should have passed mathematics compulsory and any other four subjects. And if any diploma candidate would like to participate in JoSAA counseling, in case any of the subjects like physics, chemistry, mathematics, and language of a 3-year diploma course candidate are not evaluated in the final year due to some reason, then the qualified marks for the same subject from the previous year or years will be used for deciding his or her eligibility. And the state code of eligibility, many aspirants are confused with regard to state code of eligibility. The state code of eligibility is not the state in which the candidate resides. It is the state in which the candidate appears for his class 12 examination. State code of eligibility means the code of the state from where the candidate has passed his or her class 12 or equivalent examination, by virtue of which the candidate becomes eligible to appear in JEE Main 2022. It is important to note that the state code of eligibility does not depend upon the native place or the place of residence of the candidate, but it depends only on from where the candidate appears for his or her class 12 or its equivalent examination. For example, a candidate appears for class 12 examination in Hyderabad, but he is a resident of Bangalore. Then the candidate state code of eligibility will be Telangana and not that of Karnataka. If a candidate has passed class 12 examination from one state but appeared for improvement from another state, then the candidate state code of eligibility will be from the state where the candidate first passed the class 12 examination and not the state from where the candidate has appeared for improvement. For Indian nationals passing the class 12 or equivalent examination from an institution abroad, including Nepal or Bhutan, the state code of eligibility will be determined on the basis of permanent address in India as given in the passport of the candidate. So rules applied if there is an error in the state code of eligibility. Suppose you belong to other state quota, but you are allotted a seat under home state quota, then seat will be cancelled. Suppose you belong to home state quota, but you are allotted a seat under other state quota, then also seat will be cancelled. And if you belong to other state quota and the seat is also allotted under other state quota, then seat will not be cancelled. Suppose you belong to all India quota category, but seat is allotted under home state quota, because home state quota, other state quota is applicable to only NITs and some engineering colleges like Punjab Engineering College, Chandigarh. Therefore, if your eligibility is all India quota but allotted under home state quota, then also seat will be cancelled. Then such candidates will be considered for seat allocation in subsequent rounds of seat allocation, if any, provided all other requirements are satisfied. There will be 6 regular rounds in JoSAA counseling and 2 special rounds in CSAB counseling, only for NIT plus system. And the seat allocation sequence will be, suppose a general EWS PWD candidate, for him, first seat will be allotted. If his rank is eligible, seat will be allotted under general. If seat is not allotted, then it will be checked for general EWS. Then only seat will be allotted under general EWS PWD. So this is the sequence of seat allocation for every category. Suppose a ST-PWD candidate is there. For him, it will be checked whether seat is allotted for him or her under general quota or not. Then if it is not allotted under general quota, then it will be checked under ST. If it is not allotted under ST, then only seat will be allotted under ST-PWD. So that is the sequence of seat allocation for other thing. And Government of India, Ministry of Education has been trying to fill the gap between male and female gender ratio. Therefore, from the year 2021, Government of India has increased, has made a provision for 20% of supernumerary seats for female candidates. That 20% supernumerary seats is also applicable for 2022-23 academic year also. And the physical verification for PWD candidates only for IITs, and for NIT plus system it is the other. So all JEE advanced 2022 qualified PWD candidates willing to get a seat in IITs through JoSAA are required to visit any of the IITs for physical verification along with a copy of the PWD certificate or certificates. Physical verification process starts from the first day of JoSAA 2022 choice filling, that is from 12th September, and it continues through the counseling rounds of JoSAA 2022. All JEE advanced 2022 qualified PWD candidates are required to complete this process latest by the end of the counseling round in which they are allocated a seat. Suppose a PWD candidate is allocated a seat in first round, his PWD verification has to be done by the end of the first round only. And before candidates come for physical verification, they are required to register on the JoSAA 2022 portal. They have to book a slot. Candidates are required to choose any one IIT for physical verification. They can choose the date as well as the time slot, either forenoon or afternoon, using the link available on the JoSAA 2022 portal before coming for physical verification. The verification can be done in one of the following two intervals. Interval 1 is during the choice filling period, that is from 12th September to 21st September. Or interval 2 is during the actual counseling round. That means first round candidate can come for his physical verification during the opening and closing date of first round counseling. And for NIT plus system, all those PWD candidates who did not qualify JEE Advanced 2022 but have JEE Main 2022 ranks and seek to get a seat in NIT plus system through JoSAA are required to visit one of the reporting centers of their choice for physical verification along with a copy of the PWD certificate. Anybody can go to any reporting center. Physical verification process starts from the first day of JoSAA 2022 choice filling, that is 12th September 2022, and continues through the counseling rounds of JoSAA 2022. All JEE Main 2022 qualified PWD candidates are required to complete this process latest by the end of the counseling round in which they are allocated a seat, if any. Failure to successfully complete this process shall result in the allocated seat being cancelled. So you can go for PWD physical verification during the registration and choice filling period or during the respective round of seat allocation. Before candidates come for physical verification, they are required to register 2 days before on the JoSAA 2022 portal so that it is reflected on the verifying center. Candidates are required to choose one reporting center in NIT plus system for physical verification. Date as well as time slot has to be booked. The verification can be done as said earlier in two intervals. Interval 1 is choice filling period and interval 2 is during the respective round of seat allocation. The schedule of events include registration starts from 12th to 21st September and choice filling also will be between 12th to 21st September. There will be two mock allocation of seats. First mock allocation will be done on 18th September. Second mock seat allocation will be announced on 20th September. and first round of seat allotment will be announced on 23rd September. And against that round, for online reporting, either in NIT plus system or IIT, they should complete the online reporting, which includes fee payment, document uploading, and responding to the queries, if any, raised by the verifying center of the respective verifying center. And like that, second round will be announced on 20th September. The same procedure is to be followed. The same steps are to be followed until the sixth round is completed. And after that, the candidate, depending on the respective institute website schedule, he can report to the finally admitted institute. And the registration and choice filling, as it was already told, it is between 12th September and 21st September. For registration and choice filling, the candidate should log into the JoSAA portal using any one of the following credentials. He can use JE Main 2022 application number and password, or JEE Main 2021 application number and password for candidates eligible through one-time measure and did not appear in JEE Main 2022 because of some reasons. And JEE Advanced 2022 login ID and password for foreign nationals who did not appear in JE Main 2022. At the time of registration in JoSAA website, candidates will not be allowed to change their personal details, such as you cannot change name, you cannot change father's or mother's or guardian's name, you cannot change your date of birth, you cannot change your class 12 examination board, and you cannot change even your category. But candidates can change their state of eligibility. Suppose while applying, instead of home state, you mentioned other state. State of eligibility can be changed, nationality can be changed, gender can be changed. These three things only can be modified during registration process. Other details cannot be changed. If you have wrongly put your category as SC, though you belong to OBC NCL, you have to continue with the same. If seat is allotted, it will be cancelled because you cannot produce SC certificate. And registration candidates who have been qualified in JEE Advanced 2022 are eligible to register for seat allocation of public programs offered by IITs, NITs. That means JEE Advanced qualified candidate can do choice filling for right from IITs to NIT plus system, whereas JEE Main qualified candidate cannot do choice filling for IITs. He or she can do choice filling only for NITs plus system, and IIT seats will be filled based on all India quota. There is no home state quota and other state quota in IIT seat allocation. IIT seats are filled on all India quota and there is no state quota. And candidates who have been qualified in JEE Main, either paper 1 for Bachelor of Engineering or Bachelor of Technology admission, or paper 2 for BArch or B Planning, are eligible to register for seat allocation of program programs offered by NITs, IIST, IIITs and other GFTIs. And how to do the choice filling? This was already covered partially by our Dean Academic Sir. Candidates may fill in their choices for institutes and branches. So the combination of institute and branches is called academic program in decreasing order of their preferences, irrespective of their JEE Advanced or JEE Main 2022 ranks. That means, suppose your rank is 15,000, though you may not get your preferred branch in your preferred institute, you have to opt your first preference as number 1. So your choice filling must be done in the order of decreasing preference. Candidates are advised to visit the institute website for fee structure and fee waiver related rules applicable for individual institutes. Fee waiver and fee structure is not uniform across all 114 institutes. Therefore, before choice filling, the candidates are advised to go through the website of each institute. JoSAA 2022 and CSAB 2022 shall not be responsible for fee structure and fee waiver related rules applicable for individual institutions. Candidates are strongly urged to fill in as many choices as possible. If a first ranker can give only one choice. If second ranker gives the same choice, whatever was given by first ranker, second ranker will not get seat. Therefore, candidates are requested to fill as many choices as possible to ensure that they don't lose an opportunity of getting seat. The choices must be filled carefully in preferential order, as choices once filled cannot be modified anyway after locking the choices throughout the counseling. If you make choice filling wrong and lock, but closing date is still there, then if you make a request to JoSAA, then they will unlock and you can modify your choice filling. But once the closing date is finished, the choices locked cannot be unlocked. There will be only one choice list, which includes IITs and NIT plus system for JW Advanced Qualified Ranker. If a candidate is qualified JW Advanced, for him or her, the options for choice filling are shown for both IITs and NIT plus system. Whereas for JW main candidate, the choices will be appeared only for NIT plus system. Therefore, the candidates must arrange their choices in the sequence of the institutes based on their preferences on institute or academic program or institute and academic program. Candidates are advised to continue to prepare the list of institute and branch since there is no limitation on number of choices filling, and however, this must include the expected institute and branch. So, once you log in with your credentials, number of choices available for you will be displayed on the menu, and you can fill all the choices if you desire, or you can fill the choices whatever you like. So, and before choice filling, once again, the candidates are advised to visit the institute website for fee structure and fee waiver related rules applicable for individual institutions. Mark seat allotment and locking of choice, as it is said, there will be two mark seat allotments. One is on 18th September and another is on 20th September. The intention of keeping mark seat allotment in the JoSAA schedule is to make you know the probability where you will get the seat, what branch and which institute you will get it. And it may not be sometimes the same you may not get in the actual seat allotment. Sometimes you may get whatever you get in mark sheet also. And locking of choices, candidates must lock their choices on or before the closing date of locking choices. That means you have to lock your choices before 21st September 5 p.m. Once the choices are locked by a candidate, he or she will not be allowed to do any further changes to the choices filled. If a candidate wishes to edit his or her choices after locking, but before the choice filling deadline, he or she can do so by first submitting a request to unlock in the online JoSAA portal. Then an OTP will be sent to the registered mobile number or email ID. Using that OTP, the candidate can unlock his choices and modify the choice list. For candidates who don't lock their choices, their last saved choices will be automatically locked when the time window for filling in of choices closes. Even if you don't lock, the window will take care of locking automatically, provided you save the choices. If you don't save the choices, no choices will be locked. That care you have to take care. The candidate has to log into JoSAA portal and check if a seat is allotted in a given round of seat allocation or not, as per the JoSAA schedule. So, the first round of JoSAA result will be announced on 23rd September. On 23rd September, the candidates have to log in and check whether any seat is allotted or not. No email or no message to the registered mobile number will be sent that you have allocated a seat. Therefore, it is the responsibility of every candidate to check in the respective seat allotment schedule whether he or she has got seat or not. If the candidate is allocated a seat, following steps of online reporting are required to be carried out in order to accept the allocated seat before the last date or time specified for the given round. That is, the round in which the seat is allocated. Suppose you are allocated a seat in first round, you have to follow the schedule of first round when it ceases, either it is at 5 p.m. of the respective closing date or 12 p.m. of the respective closing date. The candidates have to be very, very meticulous here. The allocated seat will be either confirmed or cancelled on completion of document verification. So once you upload the documents and pay the fee, document verification will be initiated, and after the documents are verified, your seat can be confirmed if all the documents are in order, all the fee payment is in order. If anything is wrong, query will be raised. If you don't respond to the query, the seat will be automatically cancelled. There exists 4 steps in the provisional offer of seat and its confirmation. First step is accepting the seat. A candidate who has been allocated a seat needs to download the provisional seat allocation letter. The candidate needs to accept the seat allotted and opt for any one of the options. If you really like that seat and institute and you don't want any change, you can freeze your seat allocation. And suppose you want to get better seat than whatever you got in the respective round, and you want to opt for across the institute seat allotment, then you please choose float option. Suppose you get a seat in a particular institute, but you want to get better branch in the same institute, then you please opt for slide option. So freezing is, if you really like the seat and the institute and you don't want any more changes, you can go for freezing option. And float is, if you want to get better seat, better branch, and in better institute than whatever you get in the respective run, then you opt for float option. And if you want to go for better branch in the same institute, you go for slide option. For candidates who choose the float or slide option, allocation of seat and an academic program of his or higher preferences would automatically result in the forfeiture of the seat accepted by the candidate in the earlier round. That means, suppose you get some seat in some branch in some institute and you are opting for float. In the second round, you get some other branch in some other institute. Then the first round seat will be forfeited. You will have to forfeit your first round seat. Slide and float options will not be available to only those candidates who are not offered admission to their first test. That means, if you get your first option in your choice list, there will not be any provision for slide or float option. Slide and float options are not available in the last round of seat acceptance. That means there will not be any provision for a slide or float option if you get seat in the last round of JoSAA counseling. If you get seat in 6th round, then there will not be any slide or float option. Except in the last round of seat allocation, a candidate can change from float to slide or float to freeze. Suppose you are in float mode in the current seat allocation round. In the next round, you can go to slide. In the next round, you can go to freeze. That means you can move from float to slide or float to freeze and slide to freeze. But once it is freeze, it cannot be slided. It cannot be floated. That means from freeze to slide or slide to float is not possible. You can float, you can slide from float, you can freeze from float, you can freeze from slide, but you cannot slide from freeze or you cannot float from freeze option. And this was already explained, freeze, float and slide options. And step 2 is uploading the documents. The candidate must upload the required documents. The list of documents will be notified in the next slide. You have to pay the requisite fees, whatever is applicable. The seat acceptance fee is 15,000 for SC, ST, PWD candidate, maybe general PWD, general EWS PWD, OBC NCL PWD, SC PWD or ST PWD. 15,000 is the seat acceptance fee. For general EWS and OBC NCL, 35,000 is the seat acceptance fee. Out of 15,000 and 35,000, 3,000 will be the JoSAA processing charges. So when you withdraw your seat or exit from JoSAA counseling process, this 3,000 JoSAA processing fee will be deducted and the remaining fee as per the rules will be refunded. The seat acceptance fee excluding JoSAA processing charges will be adjusted against the admission fee. Candidates should remit seat acceptance fee using either UPI or net banking or debit card or credit card or any State Bank of India e-challan also. Candidates have to remit seat acceptance fee only once. Thus, candidates who are allocated another seat in subsequent rounds do not have to pay seat acceptance fee again. So, seat acceptance fee is a one-time affair. You need not pay seat acceptance fee every time if there is any upgradation. The fourth step is responding to the queries. Once you paid the fee and uploaded the documents and exercised your float, slide or freeze option, then the verifying officer will verify your documents uploaded. If there is any discrepancy in the documents, a query will be raised and you will have to respond to the query accordingly within the stipulated time period. Failure to respond to the query may lead to cancellation of the allocated seat and the candidates may be out of JoSAA 2022 process. It is the responsibility of the candidate to check the online portal at regular intervals of time and respond to queries without fail within the stipulated time. So you will have to check your email, you will have to check your mobile number, any message or email has come with regard to the query. Seat will be confirmed by IITs or NIT plus system institutes after verification of the uploaded documents and ensuring that the candidate meets all the eligibility criteria. Because some institutes have some special eligibility conditions. If the candidate does not meet the special eligibility condition of a respective institute, seat will not be confirmed to that candidate. If all the documents uploaded are found to be valid and the eligibility criteria are met by the candidate, the allocated seat will be provisionally confirmed and the candidate will be notified in the online JoSAA 2022 portal. Then the candidate can download a provisional offer and seat acceptance letter from the JoSAA online portal. And there may be requirement of dual verification. Suppose in the first round, the candidate has got seat in NIT plus system. Documents will be verified by the respective NIT plus system verifying center. But in the subsequent round, the candidate gets seat in IIT. Then the documents will be again verified by the respective IIT verifying center because the documents to be uploaded for NIT plus system are different from IITs. In such cases, the candidate is advised to log in on the online JoSAA portal to check if any queries have been raised or not. And the list of documents to be uploaded for admission into IITs are class 10th mark sheet or certificate or birth certificate. This is for date of birth proof. Class 12 mark sheet, that is the qualifying examination. If any candidate belongs to SC, ST, OBC, NCL, General EWS, the applicable certificate has to be uploaded and that certificate must be issued on or after 1st April 2022. If any certificate is issued before this date, that certificate will not be accepted. Original certificate for persons with disability, if applicable, and this certificate must be in the format provided in the JEE information brochure, and this must be issued by a competent authority, and that certificate must also be issued on or after 1st April 2022 only. Crossed bank check copy for refunds if any, image of passbook with bank account details. This is to be uploaded because in the event of cancellation of seat or withdrawal of seat or exiting from the JoSAA process, for receiving your refund, this crossed bank check or image of the passbook has to be uploaded. Medical certificate in the format provided in the information brochure of JW Advanced issued by the competent authority in specified format that is available in the portal. Or if a candidate is a foreigner, OCI certificate or PIO card is to be uploaded. Passport or citizenship certificate shall also be uploaded depending upon the foreign candidate. In addition to the above documents, the verifying officials will also check the special eligibility conditions, if any, for all the choices including and above the seat allotted to the candidate. So if the original certificates are not in English or Hindi, English or Hindi version or translation of such certificates duly certified by the principal or director or other competent authority of the graduating institute will be required during the verification of documents. So, if any certificate is neither in English nor in Hindi, those certificates are to be translated into either English or Hindi. And these are the set of documents to be uploaded for the candidates who get admission into NIT Plus system, class 12, class 10th, class 12, category certificate, and the original certificate of PWD, crossed bank check, medical certificate, admit card of JW main, and in addition to this, whatever special eligibility condition certificate is required for the respective unit, the same has also to be uploaded. And if any certificate is not either in Hindi or English, it is to be translated into Hindi or English. And you please make a note, certificate of category of OBC NCL. This category shall appear in the central OBC NCL list and is to be issued by the competent authority in the prescribed format that is there in the JoSAA brochure. The certificate must be in the same format and the certificate must have been issued on or after 1st April 2022. EWS certificate shall also be issued only on or after 1st April 2022. Any OBC NCL or EWS certificate issued before 1st April 2022 will not be accepted. And note for PWD candidates, valid certificate for persons with disability, if applicable, has to be uploaded. The certificate should be issued from a duly constituted medical board. The certificate would be valid for a period of 5 years. If any certificate that is issued to you 5 years back cannot be accepted. For those whose disability is temporary. For those who acquired permanent disability, the validity can be shown as permanent. So, for temporary disability, the validity of PWD certificate is 5 years. For permanent disability, whatever certificate you have is perpetual. Certificate not issued by a medical board or the certificate whichever is invalid or expired on the date of reporting shall not be accepted in any case. The minimum degree of disability should be 40% in order to be eligible for any concessions or benefits as per the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. Therefore, whatever PWD certificate you upload, you will have to get it physically verified by the respective medical board of the reporting center. And if that medical board gives disability less than 40%, you cannot be considered as PWD candidate. At the time of physical reporting to the final institute, the PWD candidate will be examined by a medical board constituted by the finally allotted institute as per JoSAA rules. And in case of any discrepancies in the uploaded documents, you please refer JoSAA timeline. That means queries may be raised and will be notified to the candidate on the online portal. Candidates must respond to the queries if required within the last date or time specified for the given round. You have to check the date and time for each round result. Additional queries may be raised in case discrepancies still persist. Suppose one query has been raised, you have responded to the query, but your response is not satisfactory. Suppose query will be raised again. So query will be raised until your response is satisfactory to the verifying officer. The allocated seat will be confirmed or cancelled based on the validity of the documents uploaded in response to the queries and candidate meeting the eligibility criteria. Suppose the verifying officer asks you to upload the caste certificate issued on or after April 2022 and you upload the same one whatever you have previously uploaded, then if you keep on uploading the same, your seat may be cancelled. Therefore, you have to respond to the query properly. Failure to reply to the queries raised would lead to seat cancellation. If you don't respond to the query, even if the verifying officer mails you, the verifying officer calls you, if you don't respond or don't act to the queries, seat will be automatically cancelled and the candidate will be out of JoSAA 2022 process. You will not be eligible for even the subsequent rounds. You will be eligible only for the spot round. And if there is a change in the credentials, suppose during the document verification, suppose there is a change in the credentials. During the seat allotment period of a particular round of seat allocation, if there is any change in the credentials of a candidate due to failure in producing valid certificate of category, maybe general eligibility, OBC NCL, PWD or defense service for IIT admissions, OCA or PIO for IIT admissions, state code of eligibility or declaration of gender, the allotted seat gets cancelled. And then the candidate will be considered for seat allocation in subsequent rounds as per the updated credentials. That means if there is change in the if there is any change in the credentials in a particular seat allotment round, that seat will be cancelled, but you will be eligible for subsequent round of seat allocation. In such cases, the candidate must report again online for accepting the freshly allocated seat. Suppose you get seat in first round, your document uploaded is not proper and credentials are not proper, then that seat will be cancelled. And you may get seat in the second round. You will have to again report and you will have to again upload the documents with a new undertaking for choosing float or slide or freeze. In the first round, you might have exercised some option. Again, you have to freshly exercise the float, slide or freeze option. And there is a provision for seat withdrawal option. There is a provision for seat withdrawal during the counseling process. A candidate who has already accepted a seat in one of the IITs allotted by JoSAA 2022 can withdraw the seat by reporting online and following the steps contained in JoSAA 2022 business rules. So, if you get seat in IIT and you would like to withdraw from that seat, there is a provision to withdraw. You have to exercise that option. The withdrawal option is available starting from the second round. So, withdrawal option is not available from first round. In the first round, you have to report online. You can start withdraw from second round only. And up to fifth round of seat allocation. And this is applicable for only IITs. That means withdrawal option starts from second round and closes before sixth round. That means it is effective up to, withdrawal option starts from second round and closes before sixth round. That means you can exercise withdrawal option up to fifth round only. Between second and fifth round only, withdrawal option can be exercised for IIT admissions. For NIT plus system, the candidate can withdraw the seat by reporting online and following the steps contained in JoSAA 2022 business round up to sixth round. That means you can withdraw seat even in sixth round for NIT plus system. But for IIT system, withdrawal option ceases in fifth round only. There is no option of withdrawing an accepted or allotted seat after the commencement of last round of seat allocation in IITs. The candidate withdrawing the seat shall be excluded from the JoSAA process, which means the candidate shall not be considered for subsequent rounds of seat allocation. If you withdraw, you are not eligible for the sixth round JoSAA seat allocation process. You may be eligible for special round or spot round. Seat acceptance fee will be refunded to these candidates after deducting the withdrawal processing fee of 6,000 rupees. Special rounds of admission to NET Plus system are not offered through JoSAA 22. They are offered through CSAB only. Suppose you have exercised withdrawal option, but you have changed your mind. You want to retain your seat, then you can cancel your submitted seat withdrawal request. That can be done. The candidate will have the option to cancel a submitted withdrawal request through the online JoSAA portal. If they wish to do so before the request is accepted by the reporting officer. That means before the verifying officer checks that withdrawal option, you can cancel your submitted seat withdrawal request. An OTP will be sent to the candidate's mobile number and email ID, and with that OTP, you can revert to your option from withdrawal to be in force. And there is exit option also, exit option from JoSAA seat allocation process. A candidate who has not been allotted a seat in JoSAA 22 can exit from the seat allocation process by online reporting starting from the second round and up to fifth round for seat allocation before the last round of seat allocation. There is no option of exit from seat allocation process after the commencement of last round. That means you cannot exit. You can exit between second and fifth round. You can exercise exit option between second and fifth round, but once the sixth round allotment is going on, you don't have the option of exiting. Candidates who have exercised exit option will not be considered for subsequent rounds of seat allotment, if any. Thus, the candidate will forfeit the eligibility for admission to any of the institutes through JoSAA 2022 process. But such candidates can participate in spot round, that is special round, which will be done by CSAB. So you can check the institute's opening and closing ranks from the JoSAA portal. You can check 2017 to 2021 opening and closing ranks are there. You can check using the JoSAA online portal. And the grievance with regard to IIT admission can be clarified by writing an email to JoSAA 2022 iitb@ac.in, because IIT Bombay is looking after the IIT admissions. And in case of any grievance with respect to NIT Plus system, the NIT Plus system admissions are being administered by NIT Roorkela. Therefore, you can mail to CSAB 2022@nitrkl.ac.in. Therefore, IIT related grievances can be addressed to JoSAA 2022@iitb.ac.in. NIT Plus system admission related grievances can be emailed to CSAB 2022@nitrkl.ac.in. And the concerned authority for IITs is, if you want to write any query or if you want to get any clarification with regard to IIT admissions, you will have to contact JANT. And if your query is related to NIT Plus system, you can contact Chairman CSAB 2022. And the summary on JoSAA 22 counseling at a give, whatever I have explained so far, I will once again explain at a glance. So JoSAA 2022 registration process is mandatory. If you don't register on JoSAA portal, you are not eligible to participate in JoSAA counseling process. And to accept allotted seats, candidates must upload all required documents and must pay seat acceptance fee. If you don't pay seat acceptance fee, your documents will not be verified. So if you just upload the documents and don't pay fee, documents will not be verified. The number of days and time available for document upload, query response, and verification for seat acceptance in various rounds will be strictly followed. There will not be any postponement. You please see the schedule. You have to abide by the schedule. So you have to adhere to the schedule. Candidates are advised to keep visiting JoSAA portal for regular updates on schedule of events in case of unexpected situation. Sometimes they may increase the time from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m., 8 p.m. to 10 p.m., 10 p.m. to 12 p.m. But they will, most probably, they will not change the dates. Candidates whose seat has been confirmed by JoSAA can withdraw from the seat allocation process starting from second round and up to fifth round of seat allocation before the last round of seat allocation is done. So candidates who have not been allocated any seat by JoSAA can exit from the seat allocation process starting from second round to fifth round. And once sixth round starts, there is no withdrawal option, there is no exit option. And only for NIT Plus system, normally Physical reporting at admitting institute is mandatory for students who have accepted a seat in NITs or IIITs and other GFT immediately after 6th round of seat allocation. You please check the website of finally allotted NIT plus system institute and you please follow their schedule. In case the situation does not permit the physical presence of candidate at the admitting institute, the above process will be done online. That is why you are advised to visit the website of finally allotted institute, whether they are asking you to report physically or whether they are asking you to report online. Details regarding beginning of academic sessions at IITs and NIT plus system will be available along with other institutional information. Therefore, fee structure and some other details of each institute can be viewed in the JoSAA portal. Delays or disruptions in service due to breakdown of JoSAA computer servers shall be rectified as early as possible and notified on the web. If there are any server errors or any disruptions, they will be notified on the JoSAA portal. The decisions of JoSAA 2022 in this regard will be final and binding. So that is from the presentation from the Admissions Committee, NIT Warangal. Thank you all very much for patiently listening to the presentation, and I wish you all the best. And I will take up any questions, if any, from the Vice Chairman, Professor Venkay Chaudhary.
Thank you very much, Professor. So we'll go through the live chat and see the questions raised. There is only one common question. You already mentioned that which institute or branch will I get for a specific rank, category, or a quota?
Yeah, dear aspirants, it is difficult to guide you based on your rank in which institute you will get which branch. For those details, you please go through the opening and closing rank of each institute in each branch. For NIT Warangal, 2022-21 opening and closing ranks are displayed on our NIT Warangal website.
You can also go through JoSAA and CSAB given in the live chat. There is a query. What is the sequence of process?
Yeah, your most preferred branch in your most preferred institute will be your first choice. Then the second preferred branch in your second preferred institute will be the second choice. So your choice list shall be in the decreasing order of your preferences. Suppose you are a JW Advanced 2022 rank holder. If you like computer science and engineering in IIT Bombay the most, CSAA in IIT Bombay will be your first choice. Suppose you have also got the best JW main rank and you want to take admission in computer science and engineering at NIT Warangal, then put NIT Warangal CSAA as the second choice. Therefore, if you are a JW advanced rank holder, your choice list can be a mixture of IITs and NIT plus system. Yes, yes. Next question.
Because there are no more queries there, but I think as an aspirant, I would like to ask a few queries here.
Yeah, please. Yeah, please.
So the most common question that every aspirant is asking is which institute or branch will I get for a specific rank?
Yeah. For deciding which branch in which institute you would like to take admission, you can go through the profile of the respective institute, check that institute's placement statistics, other job avenues, faculty profile, infrastructure, laboratory facilities, as clearly explained by our Dean Academic Sir. Before going for choice filling, you please go through the website of each institute. First, make a draft choice list on a paper, and accordingly, you do choice filling on the online portal.
What are the certificates that need to be uploaded?
Yeah, for IIT Plus system, there are around 8 certificates, and for NIT Plus system, there are around 10 certificates that were already explained during the presentation in the respective documents uploading slide. And this presentation is available in YouTube also. If you get any doubt, you can again refer to the presentation that is available in the YouTube.
What is the fee for a specific institute?
Yeah, the fee structure of specific institute can be known in the JoSAA portal. Each institute has given the fee details of that institute. For general EWS and OBC NCL, what is the tuition fee? What is the other fee? For SC/ST and PWD, what is the tuition fee? What is the other fee? But in NITs, there is no tuition fee for scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, and PWD candidates. Therefore, tuition fee waiver is there for SC, ST, and PWD candidates in NITs only.
Whether the coursework will be online or offline?
Yeah, for the coursework to be conducted either physical mode or online, after you are allotted the final institute, you will have to go through the website of the classwork schedules, whether they will be offline or online. You have to visit the website of respective institute for these details.
What is the difference between board, slide, and quiz? Can you repeat again?
Suppose you are a JW advanced rank holder, you have opted for computer science engineering in IIT Bombay, and you like it the most, then you can freeze that option. If you exercise freeze option, even though there are better choices in your choice list, you will not be allotted because you are convinced that you like it most. So if you get a seat in your deemed university or institute, you can go for freezing option. That means whenever you don't want to change your seat in further rounds, you can exercise freeze option. Suppose in the first round, based on your rank, you got metallurgy in NIT Silchar, suppose. That is your 15th choice in your choice list. There are 5 more rounds. If you want to move your NIT Silchar metallurgy to some other branch in some other institute that are there in your choice list, you can go for float. Float means if you don't want to be satisfied with whatever you are allotted and you want to go for upgradation in your allotment, you can exercise float option. Suppose in a particular institute, in some round, you got some branch, but there is a probability that you will get better branch in the same institute, you can exercise slide option. Therefore, slide option means upgradation within the institute, upgradation of branch within the institute. Float option is upgradation of branch and institute in the further rounds. Freeze is no more upgradation.
Can you please explain about the refund policy?
Yeah, refund policy. If you withdraw at any stage after second round of seat allotment, but before 5th round, there will be a deduction of 6,000 rupees towards processing fee, and the rest seat acceptance fee will be refunded to you. And if you withdraw before 5th round, wherein you will also pay the partial admission fee, then also the 6,000 will be refunded. 6,000 will be deducted, and the remaining will be refunded. For more information on refund rules, you please visit JoSAA business rules to be more precise and to be more convinced.
Is another query whether CRL or category rank will be considered for the seat
No,
allotment?
seat allotment is done always on the common ranking list, CRL only, not on the category rank. Category ranks are indicators only, whether you have a chance of getting seat in a particular institute or not. But always seat allotment is done on the basis of All India rank or common rank list, CRL.
So is there any special code for Andhra Pradesh students?
No, there is no special quota for Andhra Pradesh students in NIT Warangal. It was there earlier, but for the last 2 years, the quota of Andhra Pradesh candidates in NIT Warangal is no more.
If my certificates were delivered at previous institute, how to go about the certificate uploading process?
So, in the event of not uploading the respective certificate, there may be a format for undertaking on JoSAA portal. You may have to upload that undertaking. Yeah, if you have got Xerox copy of that certificate, Xerox copy of the certificate can also be uploaded, or sometimes undertaking in the format specified on the JoSAA portal may also be accepted.
Can you please explain the special round process again?
Yeah, the candidate who has got seat up to 6th round can also participate in spot round. But if a candidate gets a seat in first round of 2 spot rounds, the seat that was allotted up to 6th round will be lost. You will not have that seat in your hand. So there will be 2 spot rounds after the regular 6 rounds. Regular 6 rounds are conducted by JoSAA, which is a common counseling platform for both admissions of IITs and NIT plus system. CSAB is only the spot round admission process for NIT plus system. There will not be any IIT. And for CSAB, again you will have to register and again you will have to do choice filling freshly.
Opening and closing ranks correspond to JEE.
Yeah, if you see if you check opening and closing ranks of IIT, that will be advanced ranks. If you check any NIT plus system, the opening and closing ranks will be JEE main.
If a PWD certificate is not available, what should be done?
Suppose while applying in NTA for JEE main or JEE main, suppose you have claimed PWD and now you are unable to produce your PWD certificate. The seat may be allotted to you in some round on PWD basis. But as you cannot upload, your seat allotted under PWD will be cancelled and you will be converted into the respective category. If you are general, it will be converted into general. If you are OBC NCL, you will be converted to OBC NCL. If you are SC, converted to SC. If you are ST, you will be converted to ST.
I think that there are no more queries in the live chat.
Yeah, if you have any queries but not able to float your query in the chat box, you can always call us. Our contact number is there on NIT Warangal website. Chairman admissions number is there. You can always either mail to us or call on our mobile for any query during JoSAA 2022 counseling process or during the CSAB counseling process.
So with this, we come to a conclusion now.
Yeah. Before that, I would like to thank our Honorable Director, Professor N.V. Raman Rao sir, Dean Academic, Professor N.V. Umayan sir, former Dean, Professor K.N.S. Kashi Vishnathan Garu, and the Head Computer Science and Department, Dr. Ravichandra, Dr. Suresh Babu, and the team members of WSDC for supporting us for organizing this awareness program on JoSAA 2022 counseling online. Thank you all very much. Over to Professor Venkay Chaudhary Garu for proposing vote of thanks.
So I take this opportunity to thank our beloved director, Professor N.V. Ramanarao Garu, our Dean Academic, Professor N.V. Umamesh Garu, our Chairman, Professor Kishore Garu, the former Chairman Admissions, Professor K. Constitution Garu, the Head of Computer Science and Department, Dr. Ravi Chandran, just implementing this online admissions program, JoSAA 2022 concept process. So I wish you all the best. Now I request everyone to stand to attention for the national anthem.
तव शुभ नामे जागे, तव शुभ आशीष मांगे, गाहे तव जय गाथा।